Alrighty, so here's the results of that match, and obviously I ran into a Pz.Kpfw, considering they just sold those today, $100 for the tank. Comes with a year of premium time, I think a million credits, whole bunch of crap. Actually, it's a really good deal. The tank, obviously, the gun is a piece of crap. He shot me 10 times and bounced, I'm sorry, he bounced 10 rounds off of me. I bounced a whole lot off of him. I penned him one time. One time. I shot him in the side, in the butt, and bounced every round except for one. That thing is just a beast. But yeah, the only reason I'm even showing this match is just because of running into that, to show you what happens when you run into a tank that has way too much armor for a tier 2. This thing, it is really good. Yesterday I played this tank, this Pz.Kpfw 35T, and I looked at the standard rounds, and it is 39 pen. Would have thought, not a problem, I will go through everything. I was shocked. I was bouncing off the front and side of artillery almost every round. I have 150 rounds of that. I bounced almost every single round. So I told myself, regardless of what happens today, I'm going to play it again, because I'm trying to bring my stats up in a lot of my lower tier tanks, because it'll help my overall stats, because these are tanks I haven't touched, literally have not touched, since I started playing 9 years ago. For instance, let me see if I can find this little guy here. PZ35T. Oh yeah, I got it highlighted. So I had 23 matches, well 22 in it before I started running it. And I had a 35% win rate, and my average damage, it's actually gone up. It was 38 yesterday, but I played it today, and played it once yesterday. When I played it, when I got the premium rounds, I started finally penning stuff. So I ended up doing a lot more damage, bringing the overall stats in that tank up, and I'm going to go through. And I don't like playing light tanks, and you'll see why when you watch this match, because people just don't know where to go. They don't understand the maps. They don't understand anything. They're new players. And so, like, I'm going up the hill, and I'm the only one going up there. That's it. Me, myself, and I. I'm clicking help. I'm clicking up on the hill, and no one followed. We ended up getting decimated. If that PZ2J wouldn't have been on the enemy team, I probably had a pretty good chance of maybe pulling off a victory. But once I ran into him, that's all she wrote. I was actually shocked. I believe he was shooting standard rounds. I haven't watched the replay yet. Usually I have to do this part after a match, then I'll go back and play, do the actual replay. But yeah, I believe he was shooting standard rounds, because he bounced 10 rounds off me. And his overall damage was like 170 something, 176, which, given, I mean, if you look, that's pretty much the given how much people are doing. PZ1C had a really good match here, 549. But anyway, so yeah, we penned him one time, bounced 10 of his rounds. We spotted the L60 and the M2 light tank because they were up on the hill. The T1 HMC, that artillery there, he was laying on his side, so he was an easy kill. But we ended up hitting the L60 17 times for 180 damage, finished him off, bounced 3 of his rounds. The M2 light tank hit him 13 times for 140, finished him off. Knocked out his track radio operator, his gunner, bounced 10 of his rounds, and the T1 HMC hit him 8 times and finished him off for 80 hit points of damage. I don't know what that even has. Oh, there it is right here. Let's see what it has for hit points. He was laying on his side, so oh, it only gets 80 hit points. Yeah, it's right. That's artillery now. Used to be a wicked tank destroyer, if I remember right, and then they changed it to an artillery. But yeah, so I'm trying to bring the overall stats of tanks, like, and it sucks. Like I said, I really hate playing low tier stuff, but I figured while I'm doing this and trying to bring my stats up, I can make some videos and show people that are new to World of Tanks, you know, the different tanks. Just do a quick review of it, do a match, show you the after action results, but this one I ran into a PZ2J and just couldn't. I mean, I purposely ran around his side, his rear, and just could not pen him. Like I said, I penned him one time. But that was a Master Badge Class 2, and we got a Duelist, and a Fire for Effect, and a Cool-Headed. Survive at least 10 ricochets or non-penetrating hits. in a row from enemy players. The WN8 for that match was 3,351, so that was really nice. Um, we did the most damage at 410, got 3 kills with a base experience of 346. Oh wow, we actually got almost as much base experience as most of these players that won. We had 106 shots, 67 hit, 39 pen. I did auto lock. With that gun, it's that tank or tanks like that with those autoloaders, they're not really they're more for close-up range because you start shooting stuff at distance. The rounds spread out. They just disperse. I mean, you got .44 dispersion. Um, so it's really a close proximity tank. So basically, all I do is do an auto lock and try circling around them and taking them out, bob and weave, and just do what you can. So we got hit 41 times, 18 penetrated, 23 bounce for 188 damage blocked by armor. Spotted 2, damaged 4, destroyed 3, lost 33,200 and 723 credits. And like I said, I shot all premium rounds just due to the fact that I played this yesterday, and I bounced literally 100 and probably 48 standard rounds. I'm not going to drive around the battlefield every time I play something like this trying to get the stats, and all I need to do is probably like, well, this one I had more matches in it, so 23 I'm guessing, probably about 10, 15 matches, and it'll get these red stats, at least purple or blue. And I need to do that on all these, like this Pz.Kpfw OSD. I only got 3 matches in it, but I only did 148 damage. But I also bought that, 9 years ago. Most all these tier 1s, 2s, 3s, and a lot of my 4s and 5s, I need to do this too to get my stat. It's literally will bring my overall stats up, which I'm a stats person, like bad. So, I just really want to bring them up. Like, for instance, this Pan's Jaeger, whatever the hell it is, one. I had 2 matches in it, 100% win rate, 294 average damage. That's green. Good enough. I won't play that. PZ1C, I play that every once in a while with a couple buddies. We just team up in 3s and go just, rample stomp stuff. So like this T45, 1 match, 100% win rate, 391 average damage. Probably won't ever touch that tank again. I know it sounds stupid, but I mean, I only paid like, I think, $5 for some of these. A lot of them we got for free for Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever. And, basically, if I do good in it like that, right off the bat, tank's retired. T29, 100% win rate, 2 matches, 433 average damage. So I probably won't play that much anymore. Same, the SU-76I, this one I will play. This was an accidental sell by Wargaming. It was meant to be sold on the RU server only. And I got on World of Tanks one day. I saw this tank destroyer sitting there called a SU-76I. And it was like, I think $10, $12, something like that. Dirt cheap. And so I bought it because I buy all the premium tanks. Every one of them. I own them all. And I called up my son, or texted my son. I said, hey, bub. I said, there's a tank destroyer on sale right now. It's called the SU-76I. You want it? And he's like, yeah, sure. And like, this is a span of half an hour. Got back on World of Tanks. Couldn't find the tank destroyer. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Where's it at? So I logged off World of Tanks website. Got back on thinking maybe there's a glitch in the website. Not there. So I got on my account. And I'm like, did I actually buy this tank? So I looked, found it. I'm like, oh, there it is. Got back on the website. Couldn't find it. Come to find out, they weren't supposed to sell it in the U.S., and they pulled it as quick as they could. They only ended up selling a couple hundred of them, I guess. So if you ever see one of these, and it's a wicked tank destroyer, this thing is really good. The average pen, 86 for standard, 102 for premium. But you're talking, it's a tier 3, and you're not going to see anything higher than tier 4. 110 average damage. The thing spits out rounds quicker than you can reload. No gun depression. The frontal armor is phenomenal on this. It's actually 60 frontal armor. This whole piece right here is spaced armor. This thing is just a beast. But I only have 17 matches in it. It's basically a seal clubbing. If I having a bad day, I keep losing match after match, I'll hop in one of these small tiers and just go seal club. Makes my stats go back up a little bit. If I've had 15 losses in a row and just keep getting runned over. You hop in one of these like the Bt-Kpfw or SU-76I, and you just go seal club a little bit and bring your stats back up. So why suffer and have your overall stats go down the shitter just because you got, 14 window lickers that don't know which way to point the gun to shoot at people. So, you go on here and just play this and seal club a couple times, get your WNA back up, and call it a day. But anyways, yeah, so that's why I shot all premium rounds in that little guy. If it had decent pen, which I'm surprised, it just seems like, you know, 39 pen, you would think you would have no problem going through a tier 2 or a tier 3 with this, and I was literally bouncing off artillery yesterday with standard rounds. This actually one of the T1 HMC, that was one of them that I was bouncing off. I was bouncing off the side and rear of that, and look at this. No joke. 9 millimeters of armor, and I was bouncing off it. With 39 millimeters of pen, that should overmatch that no problem. And I was ping, 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 bounce, bounce, bounce. I'm like, so yeah, I played it with the old gold rounds, and so I know a lot of people don't like seeing replays where people play nothing with gold rounds, but I did have a purpose behind why I did it. So there we go. Anyways, we'll just do a quick review of this. Like I said, it's nothing special, but we're going to go over it just because, like I said, I'm trying to do some smaller tiers for people that are just getting into the, world of tanks, like beginning their life of tanking. So anyways, we'll go over the gun real quick. It's a tier 2 on a tier 2 tank. 10 shells in the magazine, 0.13 for each shell, so it spits them out pretty quick. Reloads the whole magazine. Mine's actually quicker than that, I believe. Yeah, mine's 3.82 seconds. Oops. Standard pen is 39 and it's AP. 51 for your premium, it's APCR. 11 average damage per hit. And the other numbers will have to get off mine. 100% crew. I went with vents, gun lane drive, and I put a camouflage net on this thing. But that's because it's dirt cheap and I wanted to fill a spot. So, let's get this where we can read it. Excuse me. Oh, sorry guys. Had a long day today. Rate of fire is 119.57 rounds a minute. Turret traverse is 26.56. So turret is kind of slow. The hull traverse seems to be pretty quick. Yeah, 45.87. And you'll see as I'm bobbing and weaving at some of these tanks that this thing really turns left and right fast. Gun depressions is phenomenal at -10 and +25. My load time is 3.82 seconds. 10 rounds in the magazine. Aim time is 1.43, which is great. Dispersion sucks, kind of at 0.44. Like I said, this is a close proximity, close range, not even really medium. They start getting out to medium range, you'll start bouncing your rounds big time, because, I mean, it has 39, but you get out to the medium and longer ranges by the time, well, I actually can hover over it. No, this doesn't. Oh, yeah, it does. So like at 400 meters, your 39 millimeters of penetration is now 23.3. So I think, that might have been why I was bouncing off everything yesterday. Now you still lose penetration on your premium rounds, but it's at 30.8, which, that's 39 for your standard at a close range. This is 30 at long range, 400 meters. So you're still more apt to pen. And I know it's slinging gold, but at medium to long range, you're going to have to sling gold. Even short range, yesterday when I was playing this the first time, I was still bouncing off stuff like crazy. Average damage per minute is 1315. You get 180 hit points. Hull armor in the front is 25 in the hull in the turret. It is 16 on the side and the turret and the side, or the hull, and 16 on the hull and the turret in the back. So the front's got a little bit of armor, nothing special, but tier 2 like the Pz.Kpfw, the gun sucks so bad. If you keep your front facing them, there's a good chance you can bounce. The problem I had is I was trying to circle them and get around him and shoot him in the back, which I did, and it didn't make a difference. So then I thought, I need to get out of here. But by then it was too late. I'd half their team coming at me, and he ended up shooting me in the keister anyways, I think. Weight limit's 10.82 tons. Engine is a 220 horsepower engine, so your specific power to weight is great at 20.33. Top speed is 35 in forward, 15 in reverse. Concealment's 28.16, but that's because I got a camo net. Without it, actually on the move it's 14.4. Set and still it is 22 if I remember right. It was 22. Yeah, it's about 22, give or take. 333 view range and 309 signal range. So, anyways, that's just kind of the gist of this tank. But we'll go ahead and I will do the actual match now to show you, because it just makes more sense that I know I showed you what the results were already, but I went over the tank, so it makes more sense to go over the tank than show you a review. Actually, matter of fact, next time what I'll do is I'm gonna start splitting it up into three. I'll do the after action, then I'll do a review, and then I'll go back and do the recording, and then put them in a better order. Just makes more sense. But yeah, so anyways, if you're gonna hold on for a minute, I'll be back and have some gameplay for you. Alrighty, so here we go, and we are on. Oops, what am I doing here? Oh, that's cool. I didn't know. Oh, so if you pause it, you can actually tab through those. Huh, that's pretty neat. Didn't know you could do that. Learn something new every day. See, guys? So anyways, I am in the Pz.Kpfw. It is a Tier 2, and we are in a Tier 3 match. And you'll see me, or excuse me, you'll hear me talk about it. I'm trying to get my stats in some of my older tanks, smaller ones, obviously, Tier 1s, 2s, 3s, buffed up a little bit. I haven't played these things in like 8, 9 years, and, I'm looking at it as if, play 5, 10 rounds, get the stats up in them. It'll improve my overall stats, because the only tanks that I really have red stats or orange or yellow in are all my tier 1s, 2s, 3s, and a couple 4s and stuff, because I just haven't played them in so long. Now, I did have a match yesterday where I played this, and I shot all 150 standard rounds and penned like 2. So I thought, if I'm going to do this, I need to do it right. So you'll see me load 150 of my premium rounds, and I burn through those first. But this is a typical low tier match, and I'm pointing up here, hill, I'm heading to the hill, I'm clicking help, and no one helps. I end up getting up there, and there's like maybe 3 or 4 tanks. I end up taking 3 of them out. Basically, this is a close range tank. It's got the little pew pew gun on there, and anything at medium to long range, for one, you probably won't pen, because your penetration drops so much over, like, even 300 meters. It drops quite a bit. You get up to 400 meters, you're like almost in half, if less than that. So the premium rounds also kind of assured me that I'd be able to pen stuff at a longer range. Now, forward speed isn't the best in the world. I mean, it's alright. It's got a decent power to weight, and you'll see when I turn left and right on it, it actually swings that rear around. It turns really good. It turns really, really well. But you can see I've got no one going hill with me, so awesome sauce there. Not. Oops. So now I think you actually have to click up here. That's when I get the tanks up there. So yeah, we didn't even have a PZ2J on our team, which kind of sucks. It's like whenever you see a BT or the 740F there, you always see one on one side, you'll see 1 or 2 on the other side. Well, they need to do the same with the PZ2J, because I face him towards the end of the match here, and I penned him 1 time. I was putting premium round after premium round of magazines in him, and just bounce. He did bounce off me, but I believe he was shooting standard rounds, I'm pretty sure, and we'll see once we get around to the bottom of the hill here. But so there's an L60, and I bounced 24. I'm actually getting shot. I'm gonna pause it real quick. I thought I was getting shot in the butt, but I guess it was him. So we were bouncing some pretty good shots from him, and I'm just doing auto lock. I keep running out of shells before I finish him off. I come around here, finish him off, swing keister around, we head back up the hill. So we lost, a little bit of our health. Not too bad. We did bounce 36. The front of this has got, see if I can check it out this way. Front of this has got decent armor, and Yeah, it looks like you can see where he pinned me in the side there. Did bounce on the side too, but I'm not seeing. Well, as you get shot, these things disappear. Looks like I bounced one there, bounced a couple there, but I did get pinned there and there. So yeah, we bounced a couple of his rounds. So we're just heading up the hill. I know there's at least one tank up there. I come up through this opening. I think I run into a couple tanks here in a second. Yeah, so there's the M2 light tank. And that thing's got, well, actually a better gun than this because it will actually penetrate. And he does a little bit more damage, average damage per shot if I remember right. The nice thing is this has got a wicked fast reload in between magazines. So we finish him off, and then we continue up around the hill. I thought there was another tank around the corner here, but I don't know if, you know, he must have taken off, went down the hill. I don't know. I kind of checked over here, and he didn't see him there. So I figured, okay, time to head down the hill. And you can see I had all of no help on the hill, so it was a good thing I actually even survived that. But we've got 74 premium rounds left. Saw some stuff down there, but it disappeared because this has the view range on this is terrible. And I see on the other side that Artie might be sitting here, so I'm kind of ready for him. I'm like, oh, that's nice. He's on the side. That's even better. So we stop, take him out, continue down the hill. I take a peek down this corridor and I see some stuff moving, go to back up to see if I can get shots on it, but ain't happening. And then I see a Pz.Kpfw. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So he was shooting standard rounds, so, but you'll see me swing around the backside of him here and watch this. So I pinned him, well, I actually pinned him one time in the front, but he's hitting me in the side. And I figure, okay, I'm getting the hell out of here. There's nothing I can do. But I had way too many tanks coming at little old me by myself with that Pz.Kpfw, a T2 light tank, another T2 light tank over there. Looks like, yeah, they were platooned up. So yeah, that worked out really not too well for me. But the team kind of, you know, it's low tier. I don't want to say, oh, the team sucked, because literally these guys are just learning how to play. These two T2 light tanks were actually seal clubbing. I believe these two PZ2s were also pretty high tier, or had a pretty decent WN8 and stuff. So, you know, you get it. It happens. You know, they're probably saying the same thing about me. I'm in here with Unicom stats in a tier, what was this, a tier 2? Yeah, tier 2, I believe. And, oh yeah, there it is, tier 2, duh. And here I'm, you know, seal clubbing, but I'm just doing it to get some stats up in these tanks. But they might be doing the same thing, you know. Well, I don't know. T2 light tanks, premium tank, more likely people are just trying to seal club in it. I'm just trying to get my stats up in these tanks that I haven't played in like forever. And and like I said, I haven't played these things in like 8 or 9 years since tanks came out. So just trying to get my overall stats up in it. But yeah, that's what happens when you run into a Pz.Kpfw. You pin them one time. I was lucky I pinned him that one time, and not even sure, I can't get a good enough angle view side on to see where I pinned him. I don't know, somewhere right over here. I think that's a weak spot. I'm not 100% sure, but there's a round piece right here. There's a little round, like where the ammo would be loaded or something. I believe that might be a weak spot, 'cause I think that's where I hit him. But yeah, I pinned him one time. I was actually shocked that he was shooting me with standard rounds, and you can see the gun on that thing really does blow. I mean, he was shooting me in the butt and he's still bouncing. Actually, the T2 light tank pinned me here, and the Pz.Kpfw did pin me there, but he did shoot me in the butt with this round and this round here, and he bounced those two rounds. He pinned me twice in the butt. So yeah, the gun on that thing does really suck ass. They're selling it right now. It's got an awesome deal. It's $100, but you get a year premium time, and I think you get like 1,000,000 credits, and I think you might even get some gold. I mean, basically you're buying the premium time and you're getting the gold or the credits and the tank for free. So it's a wicked good deal. I just hope they don't. That's why they're only selling this thing for 72 hours because, yeah, I'm not even going to buy it. It's just, it is a seal clubbing tank. That's the only sole purpose of that tank, and it's very expensive to run. And you'll see he only did like 170 some damage because he was shooting standard rounds. In order to do any kind of damage in this thing, or not my tank, but the Pz.Kpfw, you got to shoot premium rounds, straight premium, and then you lose, 100,000 credits per match. I shot all standard, or excuse me, premium rounds in this, and I only lost like 13,000 credits, and I shot a lot of rounds, close to 150 premium. So, anyways, yeah, the T2 light tank, or I'm not sorry, I'm talking about the wrong tank here. It's late. It's past my bedtime. So yeah, the PZ35T, it's decent. Close range is what you need to be with this thing. If you're at distance, yeah, forget it, ain't happening. But yeah, so anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.